fans, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's key. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Here's the handoff. Across the 25, he's got room. Open runway ahead. At the 30. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
Well, this offense watched their opponents struggle in their last game. They knew that there were some places they could try to attack, especially running the football, and they wasted no time. Opening drive, and they generated an explosive play.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He'll keep it on the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. The offense set for a 1st down play. Handoff from the gun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On second down, looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Tuggle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Georgia comes quickly to the line. On third and short, the power run here. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season, not even in the top 50. But you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
They go to the ground. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. On second down, he'll let it fly. Finds his man. It's Ncaa. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Fast motion from the offense. On third and long, try to convert through the air. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The Bulldogs are marching down the field. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Give to the running back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down.
That's a great... up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on third down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Georgia sends out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And it'll be down right there. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Bob.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. The play action fake. Starts to scramble to the left. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. They try to pop a run on the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Man, David, that last drive, an exercise in frustration, just couldn't pay it off with the score.
Yeah, and I think this defense is riding the bend but don't break philosophy. Don't give up explosive plays. This offense, Jesse, has to find a way to manufacture some big plays and some scoring opportunities.
Man, I don't know if they're going to win, David, if they have to keep driving 8, 10, 12 plays. You're right. You got to find chunk plays somewhere. So identify the guys that can score touchdowns and get them the ball.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Moves away as he feels pressure. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a 3rd down conversion to avoid punt. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, running back on the move. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Powers forward. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, at this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Lisa, requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. To the air, it's Hawkins. Got his man down the middle. The ball squirts free. They recover their own. The offense avoid that disaster.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 3rd down for the offense after recovering their own fumble. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
And the Sooners decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see
going for it all. And it's caught inside the 20. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Trying to run, it's Johnson. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
42 Spider. 4-2.
They'll test the right side. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. About to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll try to run for it. Tackled after picking up the 1st down.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
The Dogs are threatening on 1st and goal.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Reload.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Pocket starts to collapse. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll need urgency and efficiency. 10 seconds left on the clock before halftime. It's 1st and 10. Power football with the run. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback. Then you're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Give to the fullback. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Second down.
Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. The give to the fullback. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Third down play from the gun. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Georgia going up tempo. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Direct snap. Looking for, gets away from one, finds some space. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Throws to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. When you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown, DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quickly complete. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. I like this, taking the safe play, getting the positive gain, and seeing if you can build some momentum.
Well, and I think it's making the right play, Reese. That's what quarterbacks get in trouble sometimes when they get too aggressive and then they get behind the sticks a little bit. I see a lot of space, take advantage of it, get it to my running back, let him chew that up, and now it's easier on the next down.
Leaves it with the running back. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Works the middle. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They'll go with a direct snap. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown Sooner.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Penn State is currently trailing in this one, but there are more people in Beaver Stadium today than most American cities. The crowd alone can help turn this game. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to UCLA. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
They'll give it to Johnson. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Wow, what a big play. And how about the hit stick tackle right there? That's one this offense is going to remember.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Tuggle. And they'll knock him down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. The quick out. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. To the ground with the back. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
How about the job by this defense? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense. Stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Toppin. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Wide out in motion. On third down, going up top. The short hand, it's Tuggle. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains, it's first down at the 27. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And the Bulldogs will have it first and 10. On the ground, it's Ty. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Quarterback checking off. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Dogs! They move on top here in the 4th.
One of the areas they really focused on this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller.
Incomplete.
It's all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting over this block, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking the shot. And he can't complete the first pass. Let's see if he can get settled.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the ball is intercepted. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Georgia. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. This time he's got his man.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this, and be smart. You got to attack the sideline. You got to throw first down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants to take the top off. And he pulls it in at the 15. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That one comes out hot down the right side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Second and 10 after the previous play. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the fourth quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
Big opportunity for this defense to get a stop and maybe get the ball back on 3rd and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, that stings. Your offense has a chance to salt the game away, run the clock out, and you're trying to make a play. You decide to throw the football, which we can talk about that decision later on down the road, but you throw the INT. Now you better hope your defense bails you out.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll run it to the right. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. A little release to the back. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a 1st down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the 1st down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Tell you what, that was a lightning fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
This crowd knows when to bring it. They'll try the run. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. He makes a grab.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Sooners.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
So you think this is automatic? They need this one badly. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. looking for those open spaces and opportunity. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They'll give it to the back. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Oh, look out! And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on first down. Fired in there, but incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got his man in the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Finds his big tight end. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
They'll try to pound their way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
A gut check on the doorstep. 3rd and goal here in overtime. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They strike first in overtime. The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Quick strike complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. That's why you want to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. It lets you beat a blitz. It lets you get a 1st down.
And that makes me think, do I want a blitz? How do I leave him open? Because they keep dumping it off to the running back and having success. I'm going to think twice about bringing the blitz. Nice read by the QB. Nice job by the running back getting some extra yards and getting the 1st down.
Snap it to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Man, you play this whole game back and forth into overtime. Now you got a chance to set the tone, run the football in overtime, and be a little physical.
And if you can run the ball and not put it in jeopardy by throwing passes, that's a great way to finish the deal. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They got it in, and now an extra point away from the tie.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. But now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with 1 play to win this football game.
And they tacked on the extra point. Here in the 2nd overtime, they'll snap it on 1st down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Sooners! That score gives them the lead here in the 2nd overtime.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
Second overtime, and they'll have to go for 2. The back goes in motion. Snap in the shotgun. They can't convert, and the lead remains at 6, and now they'll have to go on defense.
Georgia, 35.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Fires to the right. Pulls it in. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. First and goal, down a touchdown. They have to get it in the end zone. Trying to power it in. Touchdown, Dogs! What a great response here in overtime.
Man, what a great response by this offense going down the field, scoring the touchdown. Now, I got to go for two. I know the new overtime rules. They changed this years ago. Jesse, you should work on this in practice. What's your go-to two-point play right here?
I'll tell you, after running the ball as well as they did on that last touchdown, I could see them doing it again. I think they've got confidence in the big fellas up front to get it done, find a way into the end zone, and be more physical.
Have to go for two here in the second overtime, and this one would win the game. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Wants to pass. They don't get it. A great stop by the defense, and we will play a third overtime. So here we go, dueling two-point conversions from this point forward.
Let's go! Timber! Arrow!
Takes a snap, wants to throw. They can't get it done on the two, and now they'll rely on the defense.
Remains tied.
They got the stop, now to win it with a two. Direct snap. They can't convert. That short yardage, condensed area, nobody got the two, and we play on. So here we go again, and we'll see just how deep that two-point conversion bag really is. Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. Let's do it again, guys, shall we? And we'll see just how far down the play sheet they have to go for this two-point try. On the option. Quick toss.
Oh, my God.
On the two-point try, and we are still tied.
Remains tied.
After the stop, now a two-point try to win the game. Ahead. They can't get it in. Neither team can get the two, and we'll play another overtime. Looking for the two-point try.
Hornet. 29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Yep. Tuna.
Wants to go up top. Tremendous execution to get the two, and now they turn up the heat.
It's all about mental toughness. That's impressive there to get the two-point play, and now you're putting it on your defense. Can they rise up to the occasion, David, make a play and end this thing?
Man, and that's what you're doing. You're trying to get energy from them. You're walking over there to them. Guys, we just need one stop. One stop and we walk out of here a winner. I know you're exhausted. Just give me one more play.
Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. This will be the ball game. Make it and play on, miss it and lose. They want to throw it. They can't convert. A great stop by the defense and a game-winning one here in overtime. I know how to sum up this game succinctly. That was fun, and what a victory to remember.
Fun for them, fun for us, just the back and forth, games that are so nip and tuck. And you know every play matters so much. These are the games that we love to call.
Yeah, every play matters, David, and that's why coaching staffs practice overtime scenarios and situations throughout the week. It's important to drill these types of scenarios. You never know what games are going to go to OT, and when they do, you love to be able to go out and execute with the game on the line.
That's going to do it for us from here for
Oh, God. Close his neck.